Hey guys, it's Pudding, also known as Lizzie or Z, and I'm gonna be showing y'all like a tutorial on like how I make my palettes, or I guess palettes for the skins, because I do it probably like differently than like most people would do. I feel like they would probably just like move the colors over and change the hue, but I do it really. I use the RGB sliders, which some people probably use the HSL, which is the hue, saturation, and lightness shader or sliders, or I don't know, maybe the hue, saturation, and value. I don't use those because I don't really know how to. I haven't really tried, honestly, but no, I've just like been doing the RGB for quite some time now, and I thought, why not go over like how I do every color, or like basically every color. So okay, when you're making, I don't know, never mind, this is gonna be just about palettes. I was about to like start going off about other things. Okay, let me introduce you to the color wheel. So I'm not gonna go into color theory because I don't. That's just not this video. There's several videos about color theory that you can find online. Anyways, you got the wheel. I used the triangular one instead of the square because I think it just looks better, honestly. This is the RGB sliders, which is red, green, and blue. You slide it over to add more color, like add more red, which is to the right. To get rid of a color, you go to the left, and it just like changes. It changes the hue and all that. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on how I shade each of these colors, because personally I change them differently. Like the way I shade them, I'll move the sliders differently, and I mean you could also too. It doesn't really matter if you do it exactly how I do it, because it in the end it depends on like if you like that shade or not. Like when you're making the darker one, you'll change it to how you want it to be and how you like it. Same with the lighter one. I'm gonna just show 4 different colors, or I guess like 4 different shadings, well, including the base color, so I guess 3 others along with it. So first you're gonna get your base color. I'm gonna start with red right here, and for red I go to the red slider and I move it over to the left a little bit, not too much, and it'll look something like this. You could leave it here, or you could add some green to it, like or I guess remove some green and go to the left, and it'll look like that. You can also add some blue and use the blue slider to the right, and it'll turn out like that. It all depends on like how you want the colors to be, and personally I would go with the red and green one. And you would repeat that step for the darker color. Oops. You can leave it like that. Sometimes I'll add some blue to it and remove some more red. It all just like depends on what you want. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it. And for the lighter, you get your base shade, and then what I do is usually I'll use and go right on the red slider, and I'll also remove some blue, and it'll look like that. And you can like add green or remove green, just depends, or just don't touch the green slider at all. I'm gonna leave it like that. So that's how, you know, I'll do red. Adjust it a little bit. You can also adjust the colors. Okay, so like say you like this one, but you think it's a little bit too dark. You'll go to this one, the base color, and lower your opacity to however much you want, and just go over it however much you want it to be, and just like continue. You can do the same for the lighter color, you know, base color, and change the opacity and just go over it. You know, if you think it's too bright, you know, you can adjust it. And you know, same thing, just go with the lighter shade if you want to change the lighter, change a dark tone to a lighter tone, and change the opacity and just go over like that. And yeah, that's what you do for that. Oh, and to make it darker, use a darker shade. Like if you want this to be darker, use this shade and change the opacity and just go over it and, you know, make it darker, whatever. Okay, I guess I'm gonna move on to colors. I don't want this to be too long, so I'm gonna just like try to do it the best I can and try to explain a little bit. Okay, with orange, okay, I will usually remove some red, so go to the left a little bit. You know, it'll look like that. That's kind of ugly, so I'll move down to the green and remove some green, so go to the left with green, and you know, you'll get this pretty shade. You can also add some blue. It kind of just depends what you want. I'm fine with that, so I'll just leave it. And you know, you repeat the same process. If you want, you can adjust the colors to how you like it, and you know, change the opacity if you need to. And but that's how you do the darker ones. For the lighter shade on orange, I would usually add some red, so go to the right and remove some blue, so you go to the left. You know, it'll look like that. You can add a little bit of green, not too much. I personally wouldn't add a lot, that's just me. You know, it'll look like that. That's how you would do orange. I'm sorry if that was pretty fast. I feel like it was a little bit fast, but I don't know, I'm just trying to move on as fast as I can. For yellow, get your base, you know. I'm gonna start off with the green slider and go to the left a little bit, and you know, oh, hello, why was I on that? Okay, go to the left a little bit, it'll be like that. I'm gonna remove some red, and you know, it'll look like that. You can add some blue, like, so you go like to this area, and it'll look like this, which, you know, I kind of like that, so I'm gonna keep it. And you know, you repeat the same thing, or you can skip a slider if you really want to. Sometimes I will, like, if I don't like the color. But yeah, basically the process is the same for every color, almost. I just feel like, I don't know, I mean, sometimes it'll be a little bit, I'll like move it differently, but it's basically the same idea, just a little different. But for the lighter color, or yellow, I would go add some more red, and I'll do like that. And I'm gonna remove some blue, and it'll look like this. Sometimes I'll just like only use those 2 sliders, but you can add some green if you want to. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit to match. Hold on. No, it's not the prettiest, I think. I don't know, I've been staring at colors for a little bit, but you know. Yeah. For greens, I feel like these colors are a little bit different than how you would do these, because you know, these are warmer colors and these are cooler colors. So like, I don't know, it might be a little bit different. So we're gonna move on to green. I'm gonna start with the green slider and go to the left a little bit, and it'll look like that. And I'm gonna add some blue, so I'm gonna go to the right, and it'll look like this. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit to make it a little bit lighter to my liking, and then I'm gonna do the same thing I did, but I'm gonna add some more or remove some green, and I'm gonna go back a little bit on the blue, and adjust it. You can also, you know, throw in this shade, this slider, you know, if you don't like it, but you don't have to for, you know, for these two if you don't want to. I think it's fine like that. And for the lighter shade, I would add green. You know, it'll look like that. You can stop there if you wanted to, but I'm gonna play around and add some red to it, and it'll look like that. And remove some blue, and it'll look like that. We'll just like add saturation. You know, I'm gonna change the opacity on it. It'll look like that. So like, I don't know. Just depends on how you feel about the color, I guess. And for blue, I'm gonna start with the green slider, and I'm gonna go to the left a little bit. It'll look like that. I'm gonna add or remove some blue, so I'll go to the left, and it'll look like that. And I'm gonna stop with like, I'm not gonna touch the red slider because I don't want to. And I'm gonna just do same sliders again, and just adjust it to how you want to. Gonna do that. Okay, that's fine. And for the lighter color, you know, get your base. This one, I'm gonna add blue, so I'm gonna go to the left, and it'll change it slightly. And I'm gonna remove some red, so I'm gonna go to the left, and it'll look like that. And I'm gonna add some green, and you'll go to the right, and it'll look like this. And again, you can adjust the colors to how you want them to be, but I'm fine with this palette. For purples, it's probably the same thing. I'm gonna start with the blue slider though for the darker color, and I'm gonna go to the left, and it'll look like this. And I'm gonna remove some red, so I'll go to the left, and it'll look like that. You can remove some green if you want by going to the left, and it'll look like that. And I'm just gonna repeat the process again until you find the color you want. And I don't know if I already said this, but I usually like, I don't know, I know this, how much I slide is not consistent at all. So like this shade can have, you know, a different amount of sliding than, you know, the darker shade or the one before it. And it just depends on if you like it or not. That's how I go about it. And for the lighter shade, I'm gonna start with the red slider, and I'm gonna move it to the right a little bit, and it will hold on, my keybind's not working. To the right, and you know, it'll look like that. And you can add some blue if you want to make it look like that, which I actually kind of like that. You can also, you know, go, you know, don't go that way. Actually, don't go that way. Don't do what I just tried to do. I was just seeing, because I don't know. I need to like place it down to like see if I like it or not. But this is, you know, how you get these cool colors. Moving on. We got, why is pink up? Okay. I was wondering where my pink was. You know what? We're gonna skip those for right now. We're gonna go to pink actually. Okay. For pink, let's start with the red slider, and you're gonna want to go to the left, you know, and it'll look like that at first. And you can add green if you want, and it'll look like that. You can remove some blue if you want to. You don't have to. But hold on. Okay. I'm gonna adjust the red slider again. And okay, what you can also do, if you slide it a little bit and, you know, you're like, I don't really like, you know, the color, or you probably won't, and you just want to have like a little bit of it, you can also adjust the opacity, and it will like make it, you know, yeah. Anyways, just gonna do the same thing somewhat. Change the sliders to how I like it. And hold on, I don't like that. Hold on, wait. I don't know what I did. Okay, I'll just say that's fine. For the lighter color, we're gonna start with red and go over to the right. And you can stop here if you want. It just depends. And you can also add some blue if you want like this type of shade, or you can remove some blue if you want that type of shade. It just really depends on what you want. And you can also remove some green if you want, for like that. I'm just gonna keep it on the red slider. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of some blue. I think that's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure, or I hope that it makes sense. Anyways, okay, we're gonna do white, black, and brown. Okay, for white, I never like, you know, go on this side or what. For white, okay, I like go around to like one of these colors, and mainly like around this area. But okay, you're gonna want to like go in the middle here. Make sure you have some space right here. I always do, like, make sure you have room to go over, because that's how I make my lighter shades. Okay, so for the darker, you know, get your base. We're gonna work on green first and remove it, and it'll be like that. Remove some red, and it'll look like that. You can remove some blue if you want. You don't have to. It just depends on how you feel. You can adjust it, just the sliders to how you want, and you know, same process. You know, just make it to how you, to where you like it. think that's fine enough. Okay, for the lighter shade, we're gonna work on the red first, and we're gonna go to the right. It will look like that. And we're gonna skip green and go to blue first, and remove some blues. So by going to the left, and look like that. You can add some green. So you move to the right, and you know, adjust it to your liking. You can remove colors. You can, or you know, move the slider whichever way you want. It doesn't really matter, just how you like it. I'm gonna leave it like that because I'm just trying to move on. It's good enough. It's not like I'm gonna be using it for skin, I guess. I'm just gonna move to the black. The black. Okay, so I usually go. Okay, it depends on what you want, but usually I use like warmer colors, so like around this area, and we're gonna go back to that. Anyways, so for the black, it's gonna be basically like the same thing, except it's gonna be more closer to the side, but not all the way to the side. So you're gonna want like a little bit of like the red, for example, in it, and it'll be like, it is a dark brown, but I count it as black because it's just how I go. The way I shade black is I'll remove red, and I'll remove some green, and you know, I'm gonna make it a little bit to where you can see it more. Adjust it. It's like basically the same thing. Okay, and you can remove some blue, and it'll look like that. And then, you know, same thing if you want. This, without the blue, here's with the blue. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust this again. There you go. Okay, for the lighter one, we're gonna move the red. We're gonna add red. It'll look like that. You can stop there if you want. Or we're gonna skip green right now and go remove some blue. It'll look like that. You can add green if you want. Just depends on how you want like your colors. You know. But I'm gonna keep it. Actually, I'm gonna add some blue or remove blue from that. And yeah. And then brown. I'm gonna change to brown actually. With that, okay. We're gonna work on the dark colors. So first we're gonna focus on the red slider and remove some red. It'll look like that. Remove some green next, and it'll look like that. You can also add blue if you want. I'm not going to because I don't want to. And we're gonna just, you know, do the next shade. You could do that. You can remove blue if you want. I'm not going to actually. For the light shade, we're gonna start with the red and add more red, and it'll, you know, look like that. Then we're gonna skip green and go to blue and remove blue, and that's how I usually shade it. I'm gonna adjust that a little bit. I don't know. Okay, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's fine. That's brown. There's black. There's white. White could be. White could be better, honestly. Purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, and then pink. Some of them I feel like are okay to me. You know, I like these 6. I don't care too much about the pink right now. But oh no, I tried to explain how I use the slider. I hope it was like a little bit helpful. If not, that's okay. I can also show another way of like how to make some color. I'm gonna use blue and I'll use red. Okay. So you get your bases. Gonna go Step. Okay. We're gonna ignore the sliders this time, and we're gonna go up a little bit towards the black. You can go however you want, and you're gonna change the hue. You can also use the opacity still. I don't use this way, but I was just like recording for my friend earlier and wanted to show him another way of doing your skin. But it's just another way you can add colors for the lighter. Just like I would go a little bit right here and change the hue. You can adjust it to like that, and you know, same thing for red. Just like for reds, I would go more towards the purple area instead of going up for the darker colors. And for the lighter colors, you can go towards the, you know, the around this area. But I don't know. There's just another way. Very, very, very short. I don't know. I don't know. It's just another way you can make colors. I hope that this video was at least a little bit helpful. I don't know if I made much sense. I don't know. I probably went a little bit fast, but I don't know. I tried. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I don't know if I will post a lot. I want to, but I don't know. I don't have the motivation to. But I guess I'll see y'all in the next video if I post. Yeah. Bye.